Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I should say good morning because I'm literally going to work in 10 minutes. So I'm filming this video because I don't want to forget to film this. This is all about agents and whether to get an agent or not, or just advice. I should let you know this is personal preference. So this is my personal advice that I'm giving you, but again, everyone has a different outlook on agents. I personally think they get a bad rap. I do have an agent and I'm very happy with him, but I want to go through why you should get an agent and the things that you should look out for if you want to get an agent. So first things first, when getting an agent, you should ask yourself, do I need this person? If you know where you're gonna go after this and you have contacts at that next station or the next market, then I would not get an agent, because if you can get your own job, then what's the reason to have an agent? Because they're gonna take part of your paycheck. But with that being said, I should tell you why I got an agent. I wanted to get more into lifestyle and hosting and more feature stories rather than doing hard news like I was doing in local news. So since I wanted to go in such a niche realm, I decided an agent was best for me because I didn't have contacts in that lifestyle hosting realm. But I did know that I deserved to be in a way higher market, like top 25 market, because I spent 5 years in lower markets really honing my skills. So I knew I deserved to get a higher market, and an agent could help me do that. With that also being said, I wrote down a lot of notes, so sorry if I'm looking over here. If an agent contacts you, because sometimes that's how it works, I would also recommend, if an agent's not contacting you but you want an agent, really research on who you would want to work with, and then I would reach out to them via email, send them your stuff, and really show that you're interested and ready to take a next job. Because if you're ready to take another job, then the agent's more likely like, all right, well then I'm gonna help this person, because if they're out of their contract in 2 months, I'll be making money a lot faster. If an agent does contact you, I would really ask them, you know, what did you like about my stuff? Can I see the people you represent? How many people do you represent? If they represent a lot of people and they don't have a big enough team at their agency, then you got to ask yourself, you know, how are you going to help me? Because I do want to have that individual time and really want to be paid attention to, because I think that's really important, to feel important and like they're gonna help you get that next job. Your agent should always make your reel. So if you decide to get an agent, then them making a reel is really important, and that's what they're supposed to do. Also, having constant conversations with an agent is so important, especially before getting an agent and also after signing with them. That is important. Communication is key, like I just said, and that they give you tons of advice. I really liked my agent because he used to be a news director, so he knew how to help someone when getting that next job, because he used to hire people, so he knows what news directors are looking for. And that it's important that they're really honest with you. My agent was very honest with me and was like, you know, you're trying different looks with your style or with your hair, with your makeup, and although you look good, you need to have a consistent look. And that is key when presenting yourself to the next station, because they want to make sure, okay, who am I getting? And also they call you, with any potential jobs that come their way, it is so important that they call you. Of course, you're going to tell them, like I told my agent, I want to move closer to California, and that's why I chose Denver as my next job, because it was the closest I could get. I did get offered a job in Sacramento, so I decided though the best job for me in moving up was Denver. But my agent called me for great jobs back east in Missouri, and although they were really great, I knew that I wanted to be closer to home. But it was so important that he reached out to me and told me about all the jobs that were potentially coming my way. Let's see here. They coach you on interviews. Okay, so you're gonna think this is really crazy, but obviously when I am on camera, I'm like the best version of myself, but off camera, I'm like a really socially awkward person, which is crazy because everyone's always like, but you're so great on TV. And I'm like, oh my God, you should see me outside. So when it came to interviews, I was always very nervous. I spoke before I actually thought about what I was gonna say. And it's so important to get coached. So my agent actually asked me questions that potentially the next news director would ask me, and that helped a lot to really plan out what you're gonna say, have notes, but you don't want to sound scripted. So it's important to still sound like yourself. Let's see here. Make sure that they always have your back. It is so important to feel important and just to feel like, all right, if all else fails, they're still cheering me on. When it comes to signing an agent, this is key. And even my agent kind of gave me this advice. You never want to sign with an agent where you're paying them more than 10%. Anywhere between 8 and 10% that is where you should be paying your paycheck to them, if that makes sense. 8 to 10% is what should be taken out of your paycheck and given to your agent. Anything more than that is way too much, and anyone with an agent will tell you that. Next, you should not pay them until your first job. So some agents actually say, all right, I want to get paid up front. That's not how things work. So do not pay them until you get your next job. That is when the money starts coming out of your paycheck. Let's see. Ask around if people have agents and ask them what they like about their agent. I obviously really like my agent. He's in constant contact with me. Still, after I got my next job, he's like, all right, once a month or twice a month, I want to see your work. I want to just talk about, how are you feeling about your job? And I vent to him. I ask him questions when it comes to, is this really how things are supposed to go? Things are changing at work. Here's what's going on. So having that constant conversation, I'm kind of bad about communicating. He's really good about contacting me, but I feel like I get so busy and wrapped up that I'm like, oh my God, I need to talk to my agent about all this stuff, because they're there to help you. And if things change in your job, they helped you with that contract and getting you more money or making sure that your job is in line with what you want. Because I always tell people, have everything in writing. It is so important, and that's their job, to help you with that. Let's see here. Once you have the agent, monthly check-ins, like I said. Okay, this is pretty much all my advice I can give to you. Again, agents are very personal, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about agents. I would recommend not getting the agent up front. So if you're new to this business, it's really not necessary. I'm 98% positive you will get the next job on your own. You might feel like, oh my God, no one's reaching out to me, but I promise you, everyone feels that way, and you will get the next job. I was 5 years deep into this business, and I'm like, again, I know I want to do lifestyle and hosting. I cannot get there on my own. I was tired of local news. I was tired of morning live, doing mornings, because I can't keep waking up at 2:30. My body was just like, hell no, this is taking a toll on yourself. So that is when I would start looking into getting an agent. Again, personal preference. I hope this helped you guys. Sorry that I rambled all the way through this, but I do have to get to work and I wanted to film this right away. So I love you guys, and if you have any questions, comment below. Also subscribe, because a lot of new videos are coming your way, and they're gonna be really good videos that are totally gonna help you in this business. I'm gonna be interviewing some reporters and also photographers to get more creative live shots, and hopefully my executive producer will say yes to doing an interview with me on camera, because I wanna get his take on what he looks for when hiring people as well. So again, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you soon.